So ever since Lomachenko lost to Lopez, everyone's been having this interesting discussion on whether or not Loma was nothing but hype. And I'm here to tell you guys that that's the most ridiculous thing that I've ever heard. At the end of the day, this is a guy that moved up 2 divisions and was able to accomplish great things. The best 125er, the best 30-pound fighter, probably the best 125, 30-pound fighter that we've ever seen. Moves up to 135 and gives the best guy, Lopez, a really close and tough fight. Like, let's be honest about this. Who watched the Luke Campbell fight and really thought those dudes belonged in the same division? Everyone knew that Lomachenko wasn't really a 135-pound fighter, but he was trying to accomplish something great by showing individuals that, guess what? It's not always about height and it's not always about reach. Sometimes your skill can make up for a lot of that. And that's what he showed. Like, I don't think people understand how difficult it is to move up and beat guys that are naturally bigger than you and have to overcome that obstacle. People want to then tear down everything you've ever done as if you're not a great fighter just because you have one loss against a guy that is considered the best. That's ridiculous. Not to mention that you're just discrediting the guy that just beat him. I mean, Lopez just knocked out Comey in 2 rounds. Comey is automatically top 5 in that division. He knocks him out in 2 rounds. What made you think that this was going to be an easy fight for Loma? This was going to be difficult. And of course, I wish Loma would have got things started a bit earlier, but he showed a lot of heart, made it a really good fight, made it a close fight, and that's just what it is. Anyone who says this means that Loma is just hype, you don't understand the sport. Put things in perspective. Imagine if Lopez leaves 135 pounds, moves up to 147, where Earl Spence, Terrence Crawford, and all those guys is, and expect him to win. That is a difficult fight. Those are all going to be difficult fights because you're moving up and fighting naturally bigger guys. Everyone knows that actually knows the sport. Okay, so him losing to a guy that is considered the bigger guy that's already having difficulties with making 135 pounds is not a knock on him. When he fought Luke Campbell, they looked like they were 2 divisions apart. So at the end of the day, yeah, Lopez won the fight, but that didn't make me think any less of Lomachenko. Lomachenko is a beast. This man has an amateur record of 396-1. And the one guy that beat him, he went back and beat him twice to let him know he's the better fighter. Like, come on. Just say you're a hater, but don't say he's nothing but hype. Nothing but hype? That's a bit ridiculous. I mean, Sean Porter said it best before the fight began. He thought it would be a really close fight, and if there was someone that could beat Loma, he thought that's the guy to do it. And he thought that Shakur Stevenson could probably give him some problems as well. But that doesn't mean that Loma isn't as great as we all thought he was. No, he is exactly as good as I thought he was. This is an undersized fighter that has been able to beat some really tough guys at a division where everyone honestly just has a longer reach and is a bit taller than him. You got guys in there with a 68 to 72 inch reach, while Loma's over there with a 65 inch reach. And you're expecting that to not play a factor in the fight.